Welcome to the beginning of your musical journey. We're going to be starting off with the absolute basics, and eventually we'll get to a level that we never thought possible, but we always got to start from the beginning. We are going to be doing this in the form of recorder, Kwon-do. Just like Taekwondo, this is Kwon-do for the recorder, meaning we are going to get better and better. And just like in regular Taekwondo, you have different colored belts as you get better. The same thing is true for recorder Kwon-do. We're going to start off with no belt because we have not even begun. We can't even speak the language of music yet. But as we get better, we will progress to different belts, starting off with our first belt, which is the white belt. Then we get to the golden belt, the yellow belt, the red belt, until we finally reach the peak, which is the black belt. And I hope to see you there. But before we get there, we have no belt. So let's get some belts on and let's learn the basics of music. So starting off, whenever we look at music, it always seems weird because we have these strange black symbol notes that we don't really understand. So we need to understand some of those. And yes, it is a little bit like Greek, but don't worry. I'm half Greek. I'm going to take you through this. So starting off, we have the most basic type of note when it comes to music. This is called a quarter note. It's filled in so you can't see through it. And whenever you see a quarter note, you want to say ta. All right, so whenever you see this note, say ta. One other important thing, there are two different ways you can say this note. If you're American or British. If you are American, you would say quarter note. If you are British, you would say this is a crotchet. All right, so you can have a quarter note or you can have a crotchet, but they're the exact same thing. Whenever you see them, say ta. All right, so if you see one, ta. If you see two, say ta, ta. If you see three, say ta, ta, ta. If you see 841, you say ta, 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 ta. All right, so whenever you see a quarter note, you want to say ta. Now, that's our first note. When we get to our second note, it's called a half note. Or, if you're British, you can say a minim. Now, whenever we have a half note or a minim, we want to say ta, ah. All right, so it's different from the crotchet. We don't say ta, we say ta, ah. So it takes up 2 beats. Whenever you hear this sound, that ta, 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 or when people are listening to music and they're bobbing their head or they're stamping their foot, they're trying to stay with a beat, all right? So each of these notes move differently with a beat. A crotchet has 1 beat. A minim has 2 beats, all right? And a minim, remember, is also a half note. It is the same thing. I will be using both words, so make sure you're familiar with the British and the American version, okay? So let's try say this together with our half note. Ta, ah. If we have 2 half notes, we say ta, ah, ta, ah. All right? So 1 half note, ta, ah. 2 half notes, ta, ah, ta, ah. 3 half notes, ta, ah, ta, ah, ta, ah. All right? So a crotchet is ta, a half note is ta, ah. Okay? Now, we are going to learn one more note. Now, this note looks a little bit funky, a bit different from all the other notes. It doesn't have a stem. It actually looks a bit like a stomach. This right here is called the semibreve. It's like an ovular thing. And this one takes up the most notes. Just like it looks like a stomach, it's going to eat up all them beats. So it's going to get 4 beats. We're going to say ta, ah, ah, ah. All right? Ta, ah, 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 whenever you see a semibreve. Now, we need to know the 2 names for it. The Americans call it the whole note. It eats up everything whole. It takes up all the beats, all 4 beats. Ta, ah, ah, ah. So the Americans call it the whole note. The British call it the semibreve. All right, and it's the exact same thing, just a different wording. So 4 beats. Ta, ah, ah, ah. Say it with me. Ta, ah, ah, ah. So if you have 2 whole notes, it's going to go ta, ah, 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 ta, ah, ah, ah. Got it? Now, let's try and put some of these together. Let's start off with 4 quarter notes, 2 half notes, and 1 whole note. All right? So if we try and say this out together, it's going to be ta, 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 ah. All right, let's try that again. And make sure you're saying it with me. 3, go. Ta, 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 All right, so we have 4 quarter notes, 2 half notes, and 1 whole note. And if you were British, you would say you have 4 crotchets, 2 minims, and 1 semibreve. Just get familiar with both the different wordings because I'll be using them both quite a bit, okay? Now let's go to the next example. Try and read this one on screen with me. Take a short look at it, and then let's go at it together. Ready? Let's go. 3, go. Ta, 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 Let's try that one more time, a bit slower. Ready? Let's go. Ta, 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 All right, I want you to try it by yourself. Ready? Let's go. Ta, 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 Hopefully you got that right. If you still need to work on it a little bit, rewind the video and work on it. Make sure you get all those 100% correct because we need to get these foundational aspects so that we can speak the language. All right, let's go to our last example. Take a look at this and then we'll say it out together. Ready? Let's go. 3, 2, 1, read. Ta, 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 ta. Let's try it again. 3, let's go. Ta, 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 ta. I want you to try it by yourself. Ready? Go. Ta. Ta, ta. Nice. I hope you got that right. Remember, those 2 minims at the end need ta, ta, All right? Right there, that is how we read 3 basic notes when it comes to music. And now these are types of notes, okay? These are the different types of notes. A crotchet, a minim, and a semibreve. Or a quarter note, a half note, and a whole note. Okay? Now those are our type of notes. Now let's keep that and park it in the back of our mind. We want to go to the next thing. Now, when it comes